Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael,
My name's Cleve.
and welcome back to an episode of Friendship Supreme with no Stephanie. Take that, Steph.
Womp womp.
And we don't have a daring topic today. We have a sad topic today, unfortunately. News by now, most of you have heard that among many other people that have passed away this year, Chadwick Boseman passed away.
It's weird because everyone says suddenly, but it's not.
But it wasn't, yeah.
It was for us because we weren't privy to the information that he had.
Right.
But it was after battling 4 years of colon cancer, which sucks. It was very, very jarring when I saw it. And I think
It's not one that was expected.
No. And I wanted to wait to do the episode just because I saw people posting online about it and stuff, and it just felt too early still. I mean, and I told you that we could bring it up, but like, I think same day there were certain news articles that were like, what's the MCU going to do with the Black Panther? And I'm like, can we take a moment to remember this guy before you try to figure it out?
I think that's the unfortunate side effect of Hollywood and stardom is that like nobody's ever thinking about the individual person. Like
Right.
even now, you and I will discuss like what happened and what the impacts are. But like it's tough to really have an understanding of what that means to the people that he was a person to, rather
Right.
than just but like rather than the people that knew him as an actor, the people that knew him as a brother, a dad, a son, that type of thing.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. Because they posted on his Twitter account, and I think that's when it started sweeping around the world.
Nowadays, you get all kinds of people that are tweeting fake news about, not to use the word fake news, but they like to put out articles out there that aren't real and stuff like that.
I want you to know, I went to so many different websites looking for this to make sure that this is what I was seeing. Yeah, the family posted, is with immense grief that we confirm the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016, and the battle with it these last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. A true fighter goes on to talk about the movies. The last part is what I really want to talk about those. It says he died in his home with his wife and family by his side. And that, I guess, is all you can really ask for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to go, the only thing I can hope is that my family's with me.
Well, and we've had, both of you and I have had people pass away in our lives, both like suddenly, painfully, non-painfully, like, you know what I mean? Like it's,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that's the way to want to go is around family and stuff, and presumably with as little or with as much pain management as possible, considering what he was going through.
Yeah, going through different surgeries and chemotherapy. I want to say they said that he kept the fight private because he didn't want people making a fuss over it. And I'm like, that just speaks to the level of the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely can respect not wanting people to know.
I also wonder if had people known, would he have gotten the work that he got? Or would people have been hesitant to still choose him for his roles?
and obviously I don't know him personally, but he seemed like the type of person that would have wanted to get things on his own merit, and I could see like the validity in not wanting people to know, and like not wanting yourself to win awards and stuff for your work,
Right.
and have to question yourself like, whoa, was it because of this?
Yeah. What did you think whenever you had seen it? What? Because I wasn't the first person to tell you. You said Katie. Katie
Yeah,
got
no,
to me before I did.
Katie and I were talking about it for about 5-10 minutes before you texted me about it.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's mainly the biggest thing is how young he is. Like that sucks. Like
Yeah.
anytime a young person passes away, it's really, really unfortunate because like you didn't get much life to live. I mean, he did. He was 43, but like I don't know. Like I've joked around my whole life about how like I'm not gonna make it past 50, but like presumably I'll make it to 70-ish. And so like that's not even
some people don't. It's not promised, and this is just another reminder.
Yeah.
This guy was hanging out with people one day, and then all of a sudden he's not here. I don't know
expected
if you saw
it to
too.
have been COVID.
I was. God, that's the first thing I thought. Unfortunately, immediately it's the first thing everybody thinks. I don't know if you saw, but Saturday Night Live replayed his episode.
Oh no, I didn't.
As like an honor thing to him.
His Jeopardy episode was real good.
Oh yeah,
or the Jeopardy skit.
They were saying they think that that's where the Karen thing started from. Remember his answer with the sweet potato or
the potato salad?
Yeah.
That very well could be.
I have a feeling this Karen does not season her food. It's like, yeah, you're on it. You're on the right track. Yeah, man, just blows.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and so like right now the conversation is obviously MCU related as far as like his career and what was going to happen, which is almost a shame in a way, because I would say that he played some really good roles outside of that.
Very much so.
Other than Gods of Egypt.
I want to say, yeah, I remember Gods of Egypt, where he was like 50 people. I did see that Disney had made a statement that they were like, what's going on with that is not even crossing our mind. We're not dealing with it. We're still processing what happened. Because I don't think the director of Black Panther knew. Like, it was very close to the chest.
That would be a breach of contract. But I mean,
they could have been
he very well could have.
He
could have breached the contract and been like, "What are you gonna do to me?" But
like Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth, they're buds.
Yeah,
like super buds. So, I mean, but okay. So he found out in 2016. From there, he made Gods of Egypt. He took on Captain America: Civil War. Message from a King. Marshall plays Thurgood Marshall, which I never saw.
I don't think I saw Message from a King either.
Oh, Message from a King is now on Netflix, so you can if you choose to. Black Panther, Avengers in Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, 21 Bridges, which I also never saw. The Five Bloods, which is on Netflix also. And then there's a movie called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom that was supposed to come out, and they pushed it back as like a in respect to him passing. I also assume that they've already done his Marvel What If voiceover stuff.
Marvel What? Yeah, probably. So
we might get that too. But
because all of Marvel What If is animated, right?
Yes.
I mean, not to be callous about it, but with voiceovers, like it's easy to find someone that sounds close enough to someone.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I think that he already recorded it.
Oh yeah.
Part of me wonders if he knew. Does he know that the days are coming? Is he just, or because I mean,
so.
I don't know how it works with cancer and stuff. Can you just feel like today I'm weaker than I was?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, well, I mean, from an outside perspective, watching someone die of it, like you would see them every day slowly just kind of deteriorating. And then you're told by doctors, like, you have this much time and it's either accurate or it's not. But, like, towards the end, that's what I was saying with pain management, towards the end, like, especially when you're at home, well, and from a poor person's perspective, when you're at home and they're coming to your house to treat you, it's literally just to ease you into death.
To comfort you, yeah.
Right. It's like there's no hope of you recovering at that point. Like it's soon. We want to make sure you're comfortable before you go.
Yeah.
So I mean, but again, he had money, so maybe they were fighting it, and it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the first time I remember him, because I completely forgot that he was in Express, which I saw the Express.
You know what? It's very interesting to me because again, he didn't find out till 2016, and we already named the movies that he'd done from here to there, but he had to have known like the respect he had for himself and the Black community, because he was very selective of the roles he took. I mean, he did The Express, where he played Floyd Little. He did 42, and then the Black Panther.
He did Get On Up, which was Jim.
Get On Up, yeah.
So 42, I think I saw probably 6 times in theater. I'm already a huge baseball fan, and thus, from that aspect, had a lot of respect for Jackie Robinson on top of what he was actually doing. But just it's an exciting moment in history as far as that sport went.
Right.
So I think I saw that probably like 6 times in theater.
Without seeing all of his stuff, I think that's my favorite performance of his is 42. I would put that
powerful,
over,
man.
I would put that over Black Panther in a heartbeat.
I can't. Yeah, like it's he put some realness to it.
He was in Fringe.
Yeah, this is one episode. I did love the shit out of that show, man. I don't fucking remember him, but I love the shit out of the show.
I saw that on there. Apparently, I had no idea this existed, but apparently he was in All My Children with Michael B. Jordan. They were going for the same role, and Michael B. Jordan got it. And then they ended up casting Chadwick as this like drug addict, crazy black man.
Oh, okay.
And it was always like kind of a joke that Michael B. Jordan stole the role from him.
Fair. He was also in Castle, apparently, for one episode.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. I watched that show.
And Justified. I watched all 3 of those shows.
What was Justified?
I want to say it's Timothy Oliphant, but it's not. It's somebody else. I can never remember his name.
Oh, I remember. I right-clicked the FX show. Got it. Yeah,
FX show.
I never watched it.
Oh, it is Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, I never get actors right. 42. Get On Up was really good too. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. Just biopic on James Brown.
Yeah, I've not seen that one either.
He's just a really good fucking actor, man. He really is.
Yeah, I think it just sucks, man. What this guy meant to so many people in the community, and I have someone posted here. It's a news article, and it says residents of the late Chadwick Boseman's hometown are calling for the Confederate statue to be removed and replaced with one of the actor.
I saw that, yeah.
What
state is he from?
That speaks to him,
Yeah, no.
South Carolina, man. Anderson, South Carolina.
Yeah, no, I mean, that would be neat. I mean, shit, fucking... Philadelphia has a statue of Sylvester Stallone, so
Right.
as
And,
Rocky, like, as a fictional character.
But at least he's not a racist. So
No, I just meant like.
Oh no, I'm just saying like
if we can make a,
I'm down for making statues of fictional characters who didn't sexually molest or do something racist.
People and
yeah, man. I mean, do you remember when Black Panther came out? Like you saw it everywhere. It's the representation, and it's the representation and people being able to show their voice with buying a movie ticket. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they've been wanting. And I like that there's an interview where Chadwick gives credit to Blade. And although Blade 1 and maybe 2 were good, it's not the same level that this
Blade
is.
3 was also fucking amazing. It had Ryan Reynolds in it, too.
It was fucking terrible.
It had Ryan Reynolds in it.
And Triple H. Anyway. Also, Wolverine Origins had Ryan Reynolds in it, and yeah. So he gave credit to Wesley Snipes, which is great. But Wesley Snipes' Blade was Blade, his love interest, which was typically another black woman, and then everybody else cast as the usual. This is the first one where you saw so many strong black characters all in one movie. Like they were from Wakanda, and they were proud of their country, and they, the respect that they had for their king, even to the point of, I know this person's terrible, but they're my king, and I love my country. Remember
this particularly hit Denzel Washington pretty hard too. We were talking about that. Denzel
was shook. He paid for Chadwick's tuition into I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a school for acting.
Yeah, like a theater kind of school. And they joked all the time about how he owed him money.
Yeah. I'm like, no. When you gave it to me with not the mindset that I was paying you back.
Right. Oh, Denzel Washington.
Poor Michael B. Jordan, too. He took it real tough.
I imagine they spent a shit ton of fucking time together on this movie.
Well, what's funny is I remember it being like Michael B. Jordan purposely distanced himself from the rest of the group because he was supposed to kind of be an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he didn't speak on it for like a week, maybe 2. And then finally put out this long message, and in between like paragraphs and thoughts, there's just a line that says, "I wish we had more time. I wish we had more time. I wish we had more time." And you think, "Fuck, man, it's sad on so many levels of it." There's so many people in the MCU that spoke out. Robert Downey Jr. said that he was more important to the MCU than Iron Man was.
Well, I was just saying, that, and in a time where we currently need positive imagery and positivity and strength shown and depicted in the black community, like, he was really good at that.
Right.
He was very good at that. Like, SNL had that skit where stupid Pete Davidson did the Wakanda thing, and like, I don't know, like, that's not unreal. I remember when Black Panther came out, and like, that was just a thing that was happening. Like, you saw a lot of the black community using that as a symbol of strength together.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I was at work when that movie came out, and someone I see all the time was like, "Hey man, what's up?" Shook my hand and went immediately after the X across the chest, which also looks like the Wonder Woman symbol. It's very weird.
That bitch stole it.
I think hers came out first. So
I think hers was trying to like block something.
Yeah, hers was the block thing, but they still do it.
Block it, yeah. But like, theirs is like, it's more of like,
it's close to the chest, man.
The Inhumans, like, Trust Your King kind of situation.
God, that was the best. Not the Inhumans, just that one part.
But no, I mean, I can't speak on the Black community, but I think that it was great positivity shown both in the MCU and just in what he did in general, because he did a lot of charity work as well.
Yeah. Obama spoke about how great the guy was. And I mean,
if Obama speaks on you with respect and doesn't tear you apart like he did with Trump, then
if Obama utters your name and he's like, great guy, then you've made it. Like, to me, how more famous can you possibly be? So I do want to touch, because we gave the time of like, I don't want to talk about this so close to his passing, but they're gonna do something with this character, because at this point the MCU can't let Black Panther fade into the darkness. You know what I mean? Like, for what it means to everybody now. Remember when he was at the dunk contest and dude put on a Black Panther mask before he did his dunk? Like, that's how big this shit's gotten.
I think it was the God. I can never end that matter, but yeah.
Yeah. So, because you can't recast him. That's just the ultimate disrespect, in my opinion. This is not a Terrence Howard won't take his money type of thing. This is a we've lost someone.
Poor Terrence Howard. You could have made it, man. You could have been there.
And
you could be getting that Don Cheadle money.
I was talking to, I mean, now I feel like it's paid for itself, right? Take a little cut on 2, and by fucking Endgame, you're all right.
Right, you're in a franchise. Not like then you were like, oh, I'm going to get like 2, maybe 3 movies out of this. Like, all right.
That also proves, like, you better be the main star before you talk back to me. You better be Captain America. Don't be Bucky. I'll fucking cut you. And I was talking to Jennifer, because she was like, well, couldn't someone else just take on the mantle? Because it's just, it's a mantle that's passed down through
Captain
family.
America.
Right. Well, this one's...
I get what you're saying.
But the trials and all that.
Bloodline and stuff, yeah.
But remember in Black Panther, Killmonger burned all the herbs, and they snuck out with that one last one. So it would be interesting to see.
There's an obvious solution to it.
You thinking Shuri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because and I hadn't even thought about what you were talking about, but you're right that they destroyed all the damn Google's bright.
I mean, you could just chalk it up to the suit, right? I mean, you don't have to.
No, I was just say she's like literally the master of science and whatchamacallit, in Wakanda. I would literally say that they analyzed his blood and she somehow recreated because like you're gonna have to show his death in this, which I feel like they should have some footage that they could.
I don't know. I don't think that
we just pass on it, like we don't even discuss it. No, there will be some kind of memorial.
No. They'll definitely speak on his. I'm sorry, about footage like they've already started filming.
No.
Oh, you mean like just? Oh, for sure. And think about it too. Like when Stan Lee passed away, you had that intro for was it Endgame that had the different Stan cameos through the years.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they're definitely going to pay homage to him, and it would be. I do not envy the wrath if they didn't. But I know you're thinking Shuri, but tell me you wouldn't be excited to see your boy M'Baku take it.
I would love it. I'd love it so much. M'Baku.
Especially if him and Shuri could work closely together.
That sexy motherfucker.
And if him not being there caused those two to be... Because, they were always like the outside tribe.
Right.
Just to see them be together. But, I mean...
No, I think Shuri. Here's the reason Shuri's the move. I don't think that Captain Marvel did everything that they wanted it to do, as far as like, here's our one female character, love us for it. Here's our opportunity to do 2 things.
And really, she's the only main female now.
Yeah, she's the only, because Black Widow died.
Black Widow died.
So
Valkyrie is I mean, has never gotten her own movie or anything like that. Who else?
Yeah, and probably
Wasp,
won't.
Guardians. They're all a group. I did find not to
But
derail
Gamora's dead
again.
too. Oh
Yeah,
no,
but
she came
she
back.
came back kinda. Um, it's an article from September 21st, 2017. Actor Chadwick Boseman has some advice for Trump: either listen to critics or don't be president.
Um, but it does two things: empowers women, and then also gives a strong Black female a front and center role in a genre that's never had that.
Right.
I was trying to think back, other than Misty Knight's representation in the Netflix MCU.
And that is sparingly.
Right. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's comic accurate, which
I think M'Baku did as well at one point.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's like a villain, but because they've completely turned that around for that character.
Yeah.
Who was
I don't know. I think Shuri is the obvious choice. I think that, again, like I said, you can explain away the not having any more of the root or the berry because she can science that shit.
Yeah.
And then she could be a whole different type of Black Panther, which would be exciting. She'd be more like an Iron Man, which we now have lost. Mm-hmm. So she'd be more like an Iron Man in that she's inventing and using tech more, whereas Black Panther didn't want to use tech, didn't really want to understand it. Or T'Challa didn't want to understand it and just kind of was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. But it would be interesting.
It's just devastating altogether, especially because this guy had so much more to bring. You know what I mean? Like, to me, in my opinion, he had done big things before the MCU. But I feel like once he was Black Panther, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there was a role that this guy couldn't have gotten.
Agree.
And excelled at. Kevin Hart posted a picture of him, and it might have been Kevin Hart's kids and Chadwick Boseman, and he was like, I can't believe this. They were in talks of doing a movie together. Kevin Hart wanted to do like a whole Black cast. Oh. And so he was talking to everybody and getting all their information in. Yeah. Kevin Hart's moving, man. Get on the train or get out the way.
He's no Tracy Morgan, then.
Fuck, he's not. He's not Tracy Morgan. Yeah. Just, I think as a comic book fan, as a fan who loves to see, as a comic book fan, to see this guy bring this character to life, as a fan of movies that are biographies.
Yeah, biopics.
He is just excelled at making that strong Black character even stronger. And you can just tell he wasn't done, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a world of what ifs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What else he could have brought. Yeah, it sucks. It's unfortunately, death is a real thing, but it doesn't mean you get used to it.
Yeah, man, I get teary-eyed every time I see someone post that interview where he was talking about the 2 children that had cancer that he was keeping up with.
Yeah.
So for anybody who doesn't know, there's an interview they have where he's been keeping in touch with kids who have cancer. And at this point, you didn't know then, but you know now that he already had stage 3 cancer. And the kids were telling him that they were trying to hold on to see the movie. And he just realized how much it meant to him. And then he finds out that they didn't make it. And he was just, you could see the tears building up in his eyes. Man. But
yeah, I mean, it just from a theatrical standpoint, from a well, I guess it still even becomes political and social something. Anyway, societal commentary. But realistically,
we never claimed to know words here at Friendship Supreme.
DC and Marvel combined, this is, other than two side characters I can think of off the top of my head, Cyborg, which was not done great, and Don Cheadle, which is Don Cheadle.
Falcon, but yeah.
Oh, that's true. My apologies, Falcon. Sam Wilson. I really like him. He was main stage. And so I think that's the big part of it. Like it was like, again, I'm not exaggerating when I saw people doing Wakanda Forever, like everywhere. And it was a movement that happened and brought unity to a community that was being torn down and beaten up on. So
I stand by this. I'd be more proud to be part of Wakanda right now than where I'm at this moment.
Fair. I don't know that there'd ever be a moment where I wouldn't be more excited to be from Wakanda, but...
Well, yeah. I guess that's fair.
But no, I know what you're saying.
You can't put Wakanda next to any other.
Right.
And I'd be like, yeah.
They got some fucking invisible camouflage mountains just to keep your ass out from it. Like, nah, you gotta pass some tests before we're gonna let you in this shit. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big impact. And again, because he's young is what will make a bigger impact than anything. Like, not to diminish some of the other deaths, but when they're 70 plus, like, unfortunately, that's expected. Once you get to 60, 70 years old, like, that's when that's more real.
Or even just the cancer aspect of it, man. Just this fucking thing that we haven't found a successful way to just stop, you know? Maybe they'll do something in honor of his name to go towards more cancer research.
Do you feel like Fortnite's tribute to him is an actual tribute or just a way to get more publicity?
Back and forth on it. I feel like the statue that they put up, like they were probably already gonna do that, right? More or less. But also, they already had the Marvel deal. They didn't have to do it at all. You know what I mean? To get it, because who knows? Maybe it was like supposed to come out a month from now, and 4 or 5 guys stayed up 48 hours to get it done. You know, like, because it could be a tribute in that aspect of it.
To their credit, supposedly, rumor is that everybody's going to get a free Black Panther skin.
That'd be cool. Also, Fortnite doesn't need
publicity.
Yeah, like they're fine.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
fair.
It's not like it's a new up and coming game. Like, they're set. They've got their shit. Go check out Twitch right now and see how many people are watching just Fortnite.
Twitch.
83K watching Fortnite.
83,000.
I mean, they didn't have to. That's how I always see it. You didn't have to. And sometimes you can only pay respects the way you can. You know what I mean? Like, I posted that TikTok with the Black Panther pops. It took me a while to even figure out, because I wanted to post something. Everybody's posting something everywhere. But you can only show respect the way you can show respect.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I don't hate it. So 42, what do you think you'll remember him for the most?
Yeah, I think that 42 is probably the one I'll hold most dearly, just because, again, it's baseball themed and Jackie Robinson, and it was probably one of the best acting jobs I've seen done in a long time.
Man, when he went in that fucking tunnel with that bat, I felt it.
Shit.
I felt it. I felt every inch of it. When
Alan Tudyk.
When Alan Tudyk.
Why do we have to do that to Alan Tudyk? You don't take that role, Alan. How am I supposed to love you?
Let me tell you, man. I've been called that word, and there's only one thing you can do, and so the fact that that's what he couldn't do, tough. It was a tough scene. It was a tough scene to sit through.
Man.
One of those where you're like you have to take a deep breath as you're watching you're watching it take place. Oh man. And just that scream he let out.
Yeah.
Of I'm a baseball player, I can murder you with this bat. You know what I mean? Like I can probably hit your head off your body. So we'll end this episode with a final drink to our boy Chadwick.
Oh yeah. Keep mine nice and chilly, by the way.
Mine is room temp. I have my Black Panther mug that I'll be taking it out of, and my bottle of Jack.
No, I feel like
it's all right. You don't need one.
Did I tell you about the sake?
Oh no! Please tell me about the sake.
No, let me tell you. This is the sake that was given to the
you can't even get through your own story anymore.
Obama. I've told this story like a dozen times, and I always forget that I told him it.
Do you have a toast that you'd like to do,
no.
my friend? Okay.
Wakanda forever.
To Chadwick, gone too soon.
I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and Wakanda forever.